Hi, everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 288. I'm back down in the basement to talk about another week of professional wrestling with my co-host and teenage son, who is in his dorm room in university. Say hi, Jack.
Hola.
Hola. We're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. We're going to talk about NXT. We're going to touch on Raw. We'll do some trivia. We'll talk about some news and whatever else happens to come up. Everything is time-stamped if you'd like to skip ahead or skip back, I guess, to listen to something more than once, because why wouldn't you want to do that, am I right?
Obviously.
So a week has passed. We didn't banter much off camera, so what's new with you? What's going on? You got plans this weekend, it sounds like.
Get to ride a bus and train for 3 hours tomorrow.
I was going to say, that's going to be a very long bus ride.
It's fine. I think we're getting a ride back at least, so at least Sunday I won't have to do that, I think.
So what's the plan? You're just heading out to a friend's place or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
How many people are going?
I think the one that lives there and then one other person.
Nice. So you set up this recording. We're recording a couple nights early. We'll put it out on Saturday, recording it on Thursday night. We're just your brother's in exams. I guess not his first exams, but he didn't have any today. But exams have started for him, and we're still in the midst of like incredibly cold weather and pretty much snow every day. I don't know what it's doing out. You're only an hour and a half from me, so it's probably similar weather.
One day here is like negative 20 something.
Yes. Very, very cold. I walked home from work
The
today.
one day I walked to the gym and like I think that was the first time my ears were genuinely numb.
Yeah, it's been really cold. And of course you weren't wearing a hat, probably.
No.
Or gloves or boots. Oh,
I was
boots
wearing
maybe.
gloves. I had boots.
Oh, okay, good. You're better than your brother.
My thin like touchscreen gloves.
Your brother is no hat, no gloves, no boots.
Well, that's because he has a million shoes, so if he ruins one, who cares?
He does have a lot of shoes.
And half of them are ugly.
There are a lot of shoes kicking around here.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I didn't really do much this week. I'm just looking forward to the weekend. Your brother doesn't have balls, so he's going to a birthday party. Your mother and I are going out for a nice meal with a couple friends, with
You have friends?
with the Hennigers and the Shepherds. We're gonna, I don't know, we might
yes.
end up, I think we're taking them for Korean barbecue, because Chuck has not been, I don't think, and really wants to. So you know your mom loves to introduce anyone to Korean.
Any excuse.
Any excuse for Korean food is pretty fair. So I think that's our plans for the weekend. Other than that, not much.
Yeah.
And
This morning I was really excited. They finally came with the trailer for that Darth Maul show.
Oh, did they? How did it look?
So excited. It looks great. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. I'll check it out when we're on break or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to it'll be early April, so it's supposed to end on May 4th, which is nice.
May the 4th? Ah,
Yeah, I think they're doing like 2 episodes a week. I'm so excited.
I see what they did there.
I've been waiting like my whole life for this.
When does it come out proper? Sorry?
April 6th.
April 6th. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so you'll be home for
Darth Maul's my guy.
You'll be home for some of it, probably.
Yeah, Darth Maul's my guy.
Darth Maul is your guy. You've always enjoyed him.
So I've been waiting for this like my whole life. I'm so excited.
Nice.
It's great. It's like anime. It looks a little different, so that's nice. Where's the contact? There you are. Doing this in real time.
Oh, one thing you missed that you might enjoy. Your brother was playing basketball in a location we always play in, and this was the third time that his game has been affected, canceled, or moved because their courts are wet for an indoor sport. So we drove down last Friday. The drive's normally about an hour. It was about an hour and a half or more because the weather was terrible. The roads were terrible. So anyways, we get there. They delay his game just after halftime for 15 minutes because of the wet court. Then they move us to another court, and then that court's wet too. So they end up canceling the game. So then
the court's so wet?
Because they have a condensation problem. They have a ventilation problem of some kind.
All right.
So anyways, The gentleman who runs the whole league, I'm not a huge fan of. I find him a little bit dismissive and condescending. But anyways, so a group of parents were trying to obtain their money back since this is the third time. And we have to pay $20 per game to watch our own children play for a team that we pay for them. Anyways, that's beside the point.
Makes sense.
So I'm already a little bit irritated, right? As your mother says, I get activated sometimes.
Forgot about that.
So your mom's one of the ones trying to, saying, hey, how about a little bit of a refund because we drove down here, risked our lives. This is the third time. We didn't get to watch the game got canceled. So first of all, his thing was, well, how many parents were there? And your mom's quickly counting on her fingers, right? Like, well, I think there was 13 parents. And he's like, well, I don't see 13. I only see 5. And she's like, well, because everything was so delayed and we play tomorrow in a different direction, an hour and a bit away, they went home as soon as the game's canceled. So he's like, well, nope, I'll only give $10 to the parents that are here. So already I'm annoyed because that's not all the parents. And then your mom points out, no, mom's like, no, hold on. It was $20. And then he said, quote, but you got to watch half a game. So I snapped. And how many times have you heard me use the F word in your life as an 18-year-old man?
Not as much as mother.
So I used it in this guy's face. I basically told him that he could keep my $10. I was much more animated than this. And that he should keep my effing $10 and use it to buy a mop and some paper towels to clean the floor. And then I don't even know what else I said to him because I was going off at that point. So I've been asked not to return to that facility for I don't know how many games I'm not allowed back in, but I'm banned from this. I'm banned from the facility.
You're banatoned, you know.
However, I am banatoned. I did get the next day. The manager of your brother's team had to talk to me, obviously, because my behavior I was expecting it. And but she had a fistful of $20 bills because we did in fact get. So I made sure all the other parents got theirs, and then I said they could have mine as like my fine for being obnoxious. But man, as soon as he said, "But you watched half a game,"
that's awesome. I can imagine that.
I went berserk.
I think one of my favorite ones was the one time we went to that one Walmart in Newmarket, and there was like. It was something about like giving change to something, and some guy made some comment. I remember you like hated it.
Yeah, he because I said I don't carry cash, I only have a credit card, and then he was like, "How convenient!" And I went off about like, you don't know how much money I donate to charity. I donate a ton of money. And then the other one was
like something about like giving your time for like coaching and stuff too.
That
right?
too.
Like,
I give hundreds of hours a year of volunteering my time with kids to coach them.
Yeah.
And then the other one was when we got the ticket problems at a wrestling show, remember?
Which one? Oh, yeah. That was when we went to Dynamite, I think.
As your brother would say, I crashed out on that one, too.
I forgot about that.
I even warned you. I was like, I'm sorry, bud. You're going to see me get mad and rude with these people because this
I'm just like there.
Yeah, you were there.
That wasn't even that long ago because that's not even 2 years ago.
No, that was...
I forgot about that one.
We waited in a giant line, remember? And then they were like, to get in, then the security line, and then they're like, no, you've got to go back to... the will call to get them to sort out your ticket.
Yeah, that guy almost wanted to throw us out too.
Yes, he threatened to throw us out a few times, and then I told him I was done talking to him and he needed to get away from me, and he did. But anyways, it all works out well.
I do remember that.
I don't get mad often, but when I do, you know. But anyways.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, there's some good banter. I got nothing else to say. You want to get started?
Yeah, that's it. We ran our course.
We did. All right, so it's taking a look at some of the week's wrestling news and rumors. First thing I have for news this week is, where is it? Big news, eh? Did you see this? Evil?
I did.
Reportedly,
I didn't want to tell you about it because I thought it'd be funnier to wait.
Given his notice to New Japan Pro Wrestling and is expected to sign with WWE. And my note...
What I had to say about this was, it's a signing of a person, you know?
I put because I have the headline and then my note underneath says, they could have him because I don't watch it and I don't really care for Evil, so...
I think there's a reason. It's very telling that like Evil's a pretty decently big deal in New Japan, and I don't think he's shown up in AEW once.
I don't.
It's pretty telling.
Think he's gonna translate well. He's okay. He's not as old as I thought he was.
I disagree. If he can sports entertain decent, which seems to be the house, maybe he can. Hey, it's better than going somewhere else.
He's only 38.
I saw someone say, actually, wait, I'll save this for my next news, I guess. Which I guess I'll do now.
Get into it.
Tommaso Ciampa has confirmed that he's gone once his contract expires.
I did see
which
that.
Sucks because Gargano was gone for a bit, but Ciampa's been around since like DIY or big. So he's been there for like a decade, which is crazy. It makes me really mad that they wasted DIY on the main roster because back in the day, Ciampa was such a big deal.
He could go to TNA and be a big deal there.
I saw someone say that. That's what I was going to say. That's stupid. Because they're basically a feeder farm for WWE. If I were him, I would not be going back.
I know, but he could be like the man there, possibly.
If I'm him and I'm wanting to get a WWE, I would not be going to TNA because it's just basically like it's going to be more of the same, especially now, right?
And AEW
and
doesn't.
Also, with how their show's doing, like I'd rather. I kind of wouldn't be. I'd be open to seeing him in AEW. He's not retiring. He said he's like wrestling for another decade. I want Gargano to get out of there. And if you can get both of them, I have all the time in the world for DIY and AEW.
Me too.
Absolutely.
So you just touched on my next news item. I texted you about it. I can't remember how I phrased it. Something about, did you see how the second biggest wrestling company in North America?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because remember, people who are crazy, in my opinion, keep saying how, TNA is the second, whatever.
Then I swear I saw Bischoff say something negative about them. So maybe like now they know it's not that and they're going to try to like flip it again. I don't know. Like it's weird how they kind of flip the narrative when they want it to be something. And then like,
So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they debuted on AMC on January 15th, and I watched it, and it was a bad episode, and it seems to be universally panned. I was maybe even generous by just saying like it wasn't good.
I watched a review from this guy, Top 10 Wrestling, that I watch sometimes.
Yep.
He was also talking about how bad NWA is now,
Yes.
and he's going to stop talking about them.
Yes.
But he was talking about how TNA, their debut wasn't great, and then Genesis wasn't that great either.
So they averaged a total of 173,000 viewers and posted a .04 in the key demo 18 to 49. Now, to be fair, that is an improvement on Impact's usual numbers. So cool. However, as I told you, this is significantly less than what Collision regularly draws.
Yeah.
So the main show of your quote unquote second biggest promotion, right, doesn't draw numbers of AEW's show that nobody watches, really. So interesting.
The one that we even forget to watch.
Yeah, that we as diehard AEW and wrestling fans in general don't watch. So good luck to you, TNA. But anyways, I tried to watch Genesis. I think I watched the first half, but apparently...
Hey, but they signed Elena Black, though.
All reports I see are that I stopped watching before it got good, because I heard the women's match was pretty good. I heard
decent things about the triple threat.
I heard the triple threat was really good, but I didn't see it. So I watched whatever the opening few matches were, and it was fine.
That review of the AMC debut, and I thought, like, before that, I was under the impression that Dario Bernardo was replacing Santino, but now it's like they're doing a power struggle angle, which is also bad. And hasn't TNA done this before? Like, I think they made Mick Foley an authority figure, and he was feuding with Jarrett, or like Hogan and Dixie Carter power struggle, or something like that. Like, I feel like they've done power struggles before and it never works. Like, didn't they do that in WCW too? And,
they do it everywhere.
They're still going, right?
And now the big draw this week is who's the new member of.
Okay, I saw. So the
What's
theories
the group
that
called
the
again?
guy watched, the system.
Thank you.
The theories this guy had were either Tyler Breeze, because Fandango's introducing him, right? So Tyler Breeze, which actually probably wouldn't be a bad get
or
for them.
EC3,
I feel like.
I'm guessing.
EC3 is which would be terrible. But
so that match, I watched the Eddie Edwards Kazarian match, and my God,
JDC,
like
JDC.
Oh, sorry, JDC, sorry. And it's just like they're trying to make it something, but like it's JDC retiring. This isn't Cena.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that.
AJ Styles, and like cool.
It's also not even like it's like, hey, it's JDC, because like, but it's also like he's not that tenured there. It'd be different if it's like, okay, right now maybe Eric Young's not a big deal, but he's like a TNA guy, right? So him retiring in TNA is different because like he's been there.
And the only references he could do to the only memorable thing in his career, what do you think he made reference to?
Jericho?
Correct. Twice.
Yeah.
He hit like a code breaker, and I think he did Walls of Jericho too.
Like
just the only memorable thing, other than the dancing.
Fashion Files.
Other than and the dancing.
You can't really reference that in the match here, right? No. It's kind of difficult to do that.
Yeah. So I just thought it was funny that they were trying to make it feel like something and make it important, and it just was like, this isn't important.
And also, your last match was like Eddie Edwards in 2026. Like Eddie Edwards still looks like a trash indie wrestler. Why is he like committed to this look since? Because remember he looked like this since he did that storyline with Sammy Callahan where he got like the face of the baseball bat, and then it made sense because he was like a lunatic and it was cool. Remember? That's when we went live and he was doing like the crazy guy thing with Kenny, the kendo stick. Like that was cool. But now he just looks like a garbage indie wrestler for no reason. And like he looks more low rate than he should. You know what I mean?
And you're trying to make the retirement of like a mid to lower card guy on a second rate company feel like it's something important, and it was a huge disconnect for me. Like I know what you're doing and I know but it just doesn't matter. No offense to anybody, but sorry, what do you have? So
this one files in the rumors, obviously. What I saw, it's interesting because it could apply to us, is that Adam Copeland's rumored to retire at Wrestle Dream 2026 in Toronto, so we could be getting another pay-per-view.
Cool. And then hopefully, hey, Uncle Phil, if you're listening and watching,
that one's gonna be a hot. We need a box. Edge's retirement.
Box seats again, please.
I will say this as someone who's like, I've not been a lifelong Edge fan because he's before my time, whatever. I would like to be there because seeing people sing his song and like go
Yeah, it was
crazy for
fun.
him. We were there at All Out. That was great. So I can only imagine how cool it'd be when it's like his last match. And I know AEW would do it justice too. So I really hope that they are bringing Wrestle Dream to Toronto, because I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think that'd be super cool. I wonder if it would be like a match with Christian again, or like not necessarily opponents, but if they would be teaming, or if they would want to do like a singles match, or like have them retire as tag team champions, like Sting or something like that. I don't know.
They'll do the
But
Eddie Edwards Fandango.
it would be cool to do Edge versus Christian again.
It would be that would actually be meaningful, right? Like that's what they were going for in TNA and just didn't get there.
Yeah, the system's also not been around for that long,
No.
and like JDC wasn't even a founding member, so it's like, oh my god, he's facing his like they're not even a tag team. Like I don't know.
What else did I have? In an AEW dark match, we saw Baron Corbin, or whatever his current name is.
Bishop Dyer.
I don't think he's signed though, because he's been with
want him to sign.
me either. Like I don't have a problem with him. I'm not one of those people that
Baron Corbin hate is so forced.
I agree,
because he's actually
fine.
like a really solid worker.
I remember when he went back
he's
to
a valuable guy.
When he went back to NXT, I thought he was quite useful there.
Yeah. I even thought he was like, I liked him in his Lone Wolf days back in the day.
And he's one of those guys that will try his best with whatever garbage gimmick you give him.
That's what I'm saying. He's a quality talent to have. I just don't think he fits in WWE.
Me
like
either.
he's been in MLW a lot. That's fine. WWE is fine. Honestly, that's a guy you put in TNA, I think.
Yeah, he'd be
I think
good
Tampa
there.
could still go. I think he would fit in AEW. But I think Corbin's a guy that goes to TNA.
He would make a lot of their roster look tiny, though.
Yeah.
Because even when he
I don't need to see him in AEW.
When he went back to NXT, he looked like a giant compared to most of them there. I only have one other thing, because I couldn't find a lot.
Last thing I had was people backstage at Dynamite. Apparently, Ospreay is back.
I saw that.
Apparently, he's in the process of getting cleared, which is great.
Well enough to even travel and be there is great news, yeah.
Yes, and then Gallus.
I heard they tried to sign Gallus.
I
don't
dislike them, but I don't think we need them.
Again, if you're doing a robust trios and tag division, maybe, but
even then,
they're never going to be featured. I don't think. I know.
I just don't.
I have no problem with
the Rascals. Feels like a decent fit stylistically, but Gallus, like, I don't know. Again, they feel like ones that could go to TNA back to NXT. Take a shot.
Through the TNA NXT pipeline. Yeah.
I don't see them in AEW, and I don't even hate them, but
no, me either. Last thing I had, and I don't know if it's real or not, Moose claiming he was injured at Genesis. I did see he took a spot on the steps. Not quite Darby Allin style, but similar thing. So he's saying he'll be there at TV this week. I don't know if that means in a wrestling capacity. Probably not.
No, because that system segment, new member.
And it was a back issue, I think it was, from hitting the steps. So hopefully he's fine, because he's actually kind of cool in TNA, even though he did not appear anywhere on the debut episode. That was the other thing. Like, they had none of their stars show up, basically.
In 3 matches.
No Nemeth, no Moose. There's a whole bunch. Although Nemeth was supposed to be there, but they botched the finish, I think. And anyways, that is all I have. And you said you're done as well?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some wrestling that happened this week. And we will do that now. We'll talk about this week's episode of AEW Dynamite. We watched Dynamite separately this week, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. So go ahead. Talk about it.
Yeah, I squeezed it out this morning. I remember I was going to shower this morning, and then it was occupied. So I watched half of Dynamite, then showered, then watched the other half.
So I was watching it last night live, and then the audio was, I thought it was a lag, but the video was actually lagging, not the audio.
It really annoyed me. I
had to stop.
And it's like, I just toughed it out because there's only a few minutes left.
And the only thing I noticed, it
really
back.
Bothered me. It really pissed me off.
It did go back to being laggy for the main event, because I finished the main event today after work.
And the main event was delayed. It was really annoying. I did not like it.
The only thing I missed too, when I was switching to find a different version that wasn't so awful to watch, was so I went back and watched it because I missed the Triangle of Madness promo, so I had to go back for that.
Okay, yeah,
that's must see stuff, right? So
it was no. I'll wait.
Taz was back this week, and I thought he was kind of annoying. He was being like super mega heel commentator.
I did notice that too, and I'll talk about it now since you're mentioning it. But like, yeah, I don't think it was like terrible, but it felt like
it's a bit much
a conceited effort to be the heel guy, and that's what, because I feel like he's usually like kind of heel leaning.
I agree,
but I find most of the time it's like not egregious, and this time it felt like it was bordering
Yes.
on.
So you said leaning, and I would say that's correct. But this week he wasn't leaning. He was like firmly a heel and trying like a little too hard for me.
Especially with Callis there, he was like really buddy with him, which is
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah, and he loved Stokely too. They literally said they love each other at one point.
I missed Anderson for sure.
Yeah, me too. What are you eating?
But the runs.
Nice.
The stage is a little different. It really reminds me of 2019 era of like WWE PLEs or like the Thunderdome stage.
Sure.
If
you say so.
Just because it's got like the top screen that kind of like curves outward, and then it's got like the 3 screens at the bottom. I don't know. It's like a taller version of that. It's just it's weird because it really reminds me of that era. I wonder if it's because of the venue or if like I wonder if they don't want to lug around the tunnels anymore.
Could be.
Which I would say it's worth it. But
I don't even notice, so not worth it.
I always notice when there's no tunnels.
Yeah, you do.
There should always be tunnels. Anyways, we kick off the show with Shivani in the ring, and he says we're going to hear from MJF. MJF tells Shivani to shut up, and he insults him in the crowd. He brags about all the nice things he wears. He's like bragging about his fancy life. And he's the best wrestler on the planet. If you disagree, then, or if you don't believe him, sorry, the Triple B is the proof, and he's holding up the belt. If anyone claims in the sport to be the best, they're not him. Change the channel because the only thing coming out of their mouth is the same thing coming out of their ass, which I thought was kind of a solid line.
You would.
He says Bandito is the first of many in a long line of losers to find out the hard way that this is his year and no one's on his level. He shows off the title of the hard cam, and then Brody King's music hits. He walks out. He says after what MJF did to Bandito last week, all he can think about it is the ways he wants to hurt him and rip his head off, and nothing would bring him more joy. But he won't do that because we all know MJF's a bitch, and if he does that, he won't be able to get what he wants, and he wants a match. So he can choke MJF out, drop him on his head, and take the title, and he wants to do it tonight. MJ says that's an interesting proposition, but he says no, and it's not because he's afraid of Brody. He talks about how like he mocks like Brody's barking chant with the fans. He says Brody's all bark, no bite, and he has no grounds to challenge him on. And if he wants to face the champion, then he has to be elite level talent, and this match will not be taking place tonight. He says if Brody ever interrupts him again, they'll have a problem. And then Brody kind of gets in his face, and you see MJ starting to backtrack immediately. So he starts getting like kind of flustered. He's like, "Oh, I got a lot to deal with. I gotta go," and then he leaves. And that's the end.
Yeah, it was interesting, right? Because MJF starts out working really hard to put over the title and the company as a whole, which as like a despicable heel,
it's difficult,
but it still worked.
It does.
And then again, he's avoiding matches while not seeming outwardly cowardly, right? He's like, "Oh, what have you done to earn this?" sort of thing, instead of like. But then you can see. Yeah, once the proximity of Brody King is there, he does get a little bit nervous. I thought Brody started out a bit shaky, but by the end, he sounded pretty good. And
I don't think he's the best promo guy in the world, but he's not terrible.
And this is a huge opportunity for him, right? Like, I love Brody King, and for him to be like, I'm in the ring with the champion MJF, cutting a promo is cool for him. So I thought by the end he was good.
A TV program like Bandito, I think. Cause I don't know if I see him getting like a full pay-per-view program right now.
No, it's
just with how many people like pay-per-view worthy challengers are in MJF's orbit already. But I could see Brody King getting like, if we have another TV special in the coming month, or like if they go back to Australia or something, they want to do like a title match on that.
Yeah.
I think I want to say they're doing another Grand Slam show.
Like if Bandito didn't get a pay-per-view match, Brody's not.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like I think if we didn't need to do one for Bandito, then we don't need to do one here.
Fair.
But I thought this was solid. Like I like that we've thrown Brody into the mix. Even if it's getting packed in the main event scene, I just like having all these options and kind of like these possibilities, or just like being able to like set up where like realistically you could see like MJF's next few months as champion, right? Which I think is kind of interesting. And I think like Brody, you could have him lose a TV title match, and then like that furthers the heel turn agenda in some form or fashion.
Yep.
So I thought this was solid. We'll see where it goes. I could see it being something we just pick up and like maybe we let this lay dormant for a bit. It's just to get Brody's kind of hat in the ring a bit.
Could be.
Then we get a quick interview with Hangman just because they did win the trios titles on Collision because Hobbs is gone. I saw they trademarked a name which people are speculating is for him, but I forget what it is now.
I saw that too.
It was like Royce Keys or something.
It was.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll look it up.
Because I remember not really liking it. I thought it sounded kind of dumb.
Yes, they filed a
and, like,
trademark for Royce Keys, and speculation is it's for Hobbs.
it me, or does that not sound like a stereotypical black guy name, kinda?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know many
Royce,
Royces.
but, like, it just I don't know, it feels oddly
There
like
was a Royce in wrestling, I remember. I forget his name. He used to
Royce
do.
Isaacs?
Yes, that's it. He was actually okay. He was pretty jacked.
Wasn't he on New Japan Strong a bunch?
Yeah, he was. He was.
I feel like there's another one, but maybe not. Or there's Peyton Royce, but that's not the same thing.
No.
Anyways, it's Hangman, Jet Speed. Hangman says tonight's to celebrate, and they need a trio's name. Knight suggests Jet Set Rodeo, which I actually kind of like. And then Speedball says Horsecock.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I want because then Hangman says he's tried that before, and I wonder if they're referencing because, like, Hangman the Bucks did like the Hung Bucks.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
I wonder if they're trying to go like,
but I don't get why.
Not, like,
I don't get why it makes sense with their names.
It doesn't. That's why I think it's funny. But like, because like Hung Bucks, it's at least like a pun on like Young Bucks, but Horsecock, it's like
Nothing. I don't know.
It's just stupid. I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know.
Me either.
Anyways, he says they have big matches tonight, or Hangman says they have big matches tonight. That he's taking on Shibata, not tonight, on Collision. I wrote tonight. That's not
Definitely
correct.
not the case. Yeah, it was nothing really.
Tells Knight to focus on Swerve tonight. He'll take care of Joe. Knight wants advice on Swerve, and Hangman says it'll be a hell of a main event. It was fine. It's an odd combination of guys, but I don't mind the name Knight suggests. I feel like this trio could be interesting.
And it's just a way to let us know that Knight and Bailey will be alone for their matches tonight too, right? Because they're both busy, so they're not going out for each other's matches, which could come into play at some point with shenanigans and whatnot, with nobody to defend them, I guess.
I do wonder how long they're going to have the trios belts for, because I wonder if they're transitional, because like their title win was definitely just in response to Hobbs leaving, so I do wonder what the plan is now.
They need to heat some trios teams up, though.
Rascals.
I guess, yeah. You could.
Rascals, Death Riders, Callus, guys. We'll get there. Next it's Samoan Joseph and Speedball, Michael, Bailey. I didn't know Speedball was non-binary, by the way.
I did not either.
Because I saw someone talking about how like AW's they always had like gay world champion, or not world champion, but gay champion for Bowens, trans champion for Nyla Rose, and Bailey's non-binary. And there's one other one I'm forgetting.
Interesting.
I saw some posts about that.
I didn't know that until you just said that.
Me neither. Anyways, Bailey with a series of kicks. Then he knocks Joe out of the ring with a drop kick. Joe counters a baseball slide attempt from Speedball and drags him out and just chops the hell out of him.
I made a note of that too.
Almost Walter-ish.
I put deadly Joe chop, yes.
Yeah. The ops come down for distraction, then Joe catches Speedball with a back elbow for booting him out of the ring. Then Hook and Shibata beat him down as Joe distracts the ref.
And during that beatdown, did you see Hook stomp? He had one of the weakest looking stomps you've ever seen. But anyways,
missile drop kick and a shooting star from Speedball for 2. He misses a moonsault and he drop on the apron. Then Joe distracts the ref so Shibata can suplex Speedball on the apron. Then like right into another suplex on the floor. Like it was really smooth.
It was.
And it was almost deadlift and a shin breaker. Like Shibata was really blatant with his like sneak attacks. It was really strange.
The ref looks kind of dumb in this, unfortunately.
Not necessarily that it was bad at Shibata, but like Shibata was just like, it's like he had a grudge against Speedball for some reason. It was really weird. Ankle crusher from Joe. There was "Let's go Horsecock" chants.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of funny. Joe locks in a heel hook, I think. Speedball eventually gets the ropes. He kicks Speedball's leg. Then Speedball comes back with a crane kick. Moonsault and E-drop and a roundhouse kick for 2. Coquina clutch from Joe. Speedball counters in a pin for near fall. The finish comes when Speedball nails a heel kick, goes up top. Shibata holds him as Hook has the ref distracted. And then Joe with the muscle buster for the win.
Yeah, a really good match, but a lot of moving parts with the ops getting involved.
A little too much interference for me. Like I don't mind that it protects Speedball, which is nice because I do like making him look good. And like, the loss, it's like okay because Shibata beat the tar of him half the time.
But I do
think it was a bit much. It was so blatant that like
it was frequent and blatant, and it made the referee look like an idiot. Like it goes too far when you're asking the ref to because Samoa Joe's talking to him and holding. Well, wouldn't if a heel is doing that as a ref, wouldn't I be suspicious that there's something going on behind my back and maybe look? You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
or because Hook was distracting much. Like I don't. It was a lot.
So I get it because it's a trios and they're heels, so they're going to interfere. And again, what's his face? Knight is not there to help Bailey, right? Which was part of that reasoning. So yeah, good TV match, but I do think the frequent interference hurt it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but in general, I thought really good opener from the in-ring standpoint. I thought it was a great contrast with Joe just being an absolute bruiser, and then you have Speedball's super exciting, high-flying, quick style, contrasting that. And I think he still looks really good. Like, he continues to look
Oh yeah, he's
great
great.
in outings. I think that's true of both of them, and we'll get to Knight later on.
Yep.
But yeah, like the interference, I think was a bit much, but I guess it protects Speedball, so I can kind of forgive it. The result was never in doubt. I thought this was fun, and I'm always happy to get Speedball on TV, so I thought it was a solid match.
Me
And a
too.
cool combination we haven't gotten before as
That's
well.
true.
Death Riders, then it's Mox, Yuta, and Garcia taking on Callis family, which is Hechicero, Romero, and Archer in a street fight.
The A-list of the
Yeah.
Callis family.
That was the first thing I wrote. Was not a fan of this match happening, but the lineup with the Callis family tells you all you need to know.
Yep.
About the match.
And this is where, for me, my note says audio so far ahead of video, I could barely stand it.
Mine was fine for this. I only ever had issues on the main event.
I ended up muting the last bit of this match because I just couldn't do it anymore.
That's fair, honestly. That's what I could have done that. Anyways, Mox and Archer brawling a crowd. The other people are at ringside. Garcia's like bashing Hechicero's ankle in a trash can. Archer ends up on the receiving end of the Death Riders corner barrage spot. Archer nails Yuta with a chokeslam through a timekeeper seal. I thought that looked awesome.
It did. It was impressive.
I thought that looked really cool. The timekeeper seal was still behind the barricade. Just lifts him over the barricade, chokes him through it. I thought it looked great. Yuta was out for a while after that. Romeo and Hechicero hit a double drop kick to Garcia with the trash can on his head. Archer sets up a table in the corner. Then Shafir against the ring, stands face to face with him. He's like trying to chokeslam her, but she counters into a triangle. And she leaves Archer open for a cutter from Mox. Archer picks Moxley up for like a front slam and rams him through a table in the corner, which I thought looked pretty solid as well. Double DT to Hechicero and Romero from Mox. He pulls at a barbed wire board with broken glass on it, but he ends up getting chokeslammed by Archer onto that. Of course, Moxley takes that. Archer pins someone there for 2, but the other Death Riders break the pin. Archer goes to chokeslam Yuta off the stage, but Pat comes in on crutches to beat Archer with one. I got scared for a second. I remembered he's selling the kayfabe injury.
Right,
I was
the ankle.
Okay, we're fine. It's fine.
Yep.
Claudio comes in. He like jumps off the ramp to hit Archer with the crutch. He ends up breaking it, I think, and he sends him into the equipment. There's a bit of an explosion there. Shafir with a low blow on the ramp to Hechicero, then Yuta with the psycho knee. Finish comes when Garcia locks Romero on the Dragon Tamer. He's not going out yet. So Mox hits a curb stomp and they make him pass out for the win. Then Mox goes to Callis and he says, "Tell your boy he knows where to find him."
Yeah, so it was a violent, chaotic match, and I don't know.
It was some violent fun. Like I thought it was solid.
I was poisoned by dealing with the audio, so I don't think I was annoyed during this, so it probably didn't help my thoughts on the match. So I don't want to say too much because I was dealing with the audio being like honestly like 5-6 seconds ahead of the video, so it was killing me. But from what I saw, it looked like it was pretty fun. What you would expect, right? You know who's winning, and there's going to be lots of people going through stuff. So
absolutely,
yeah.
I thought it was a solid match. Like nothing major, but like some violent fun. Like I said, the lineup of the Callis family really telegraphed the way this was going.
Yeah,
but I thought it was enjoyable enough. Probably the first instance, at least, of like the other Death Riders feeling more like baby faces. I thought, because I thought Yuta Garcia were playing a crowd a couple times a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like it. It feels that they're turning. We've been over this. That then turning face doesn't make sense and it shouldn't happen. Not that it wouldn't happen, but that shouldn't happen.
And I feel like putting them like opposite Callis is to sort of get that ball rolling.
I did say maybe like being against Callis is just like kind of makes them less heelish by default because Callis and like the family are like super healing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just a one-off, but based on what Moxley said afterwards, things don't seem completely over, right? My initial thought is that he's aiming for Fletcher since Fletcher got screwed. Maybe Moxley.
I was going to ask who's he referring to,
but he could also be referring to Okada.
That's what I thought.
I initially went Fletcher, but it could be Okada.
Not Takeshita?
For me, maybe no, I don't think
Me
so.
either.
Maybe he gets the unified. Maybe Takeshita because he lost to Takeshita. So that maybe. But if Mox is leaning face and Takesha's also leaning face, I question if that should be happening right now. But I did think Okada because maybe they get him back. They get the unified title back. I don't know because that belt makes no sense.
Yeah.
I do hope it's a feud with Fletcher though because I feel like he's the most in need of something to do. Takeshi and Okada kind of have their thing brewing.
They do.
So I feel like Fletcher's the one who needs something to do.
Yep.
I don't like Death Riders going face, but I kind of texted you about this. I think it's only okay if and only if so they want to do this faction view because obviously one group needs to be babyface. So do Death Rider since Moxley's already leaning that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so you do that, but then Moxley starts losing the big matches again, like i.e. Anarchy in the Arena, Blood and Guts, whatever you want to do, right? And then that's the final straw for Claudio and the rest of them, since that's what Mox did last year. He lost Blood and Guts for them. He lost the title match. He lost against Darby, like, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so like then this babyface turn, if you want to call it that, is just like a way to get us to like a super heel turn for Claudio and the Death Riders, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's the only way this makes sense because otherwise, like, there's no logical reason to turn them face. Like, we should not be cheering them. You know what I mean?
I know
Like,
your mental gymnastics to avoid it, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it feels like
I
they're
feel like
just.
I do
This
feel like
is.
they're turning face, but I feel like it has to be some means to an end because
I don't know.
you can't. Like, it doesn't make sense, and it's such an odd choice, apropos of nothing. I get turning Moxley face, but like the rest of them, like I have no need to cheer Daniel Garcia again. I'm
Well, the
sorry.
precedent is there. Remember when Samoa Joe turned heel and the rest of the ops were just like, "Yep, we're heel now too." So it's just the
Yeah,
opposite of
but
that. I don't know. I feel like
like
you're setting
it's
yourself up
different when you're turning face though.
for you're going to be disappointed, I
Because
think.
they've been doing so many diabolical things, like the ops, like I don't know.
I feel like this is just how it is now. They're not really heels anymore. They're kind of like
It's
Mox is a
so
face
apropos
and
of nothing,
they're
though. It's literally like the cows finally jumped them. It's like magically their faces. Because like even in the
yeah.
last few weeks, we were saying like the Death Rider still felt heel, even though Moxley wasn't.
Mhm.
Right? Like Pac was out here beating the crap out of Darby Allin, trying to cheat and stuff. So like it's a disconnect. Like there has to be some reason for
Guess we'll
this.
find out.
Um, Speaking of factions,
Heck yes, I went back to watch this.
the Triangle of Madness.
Yeah.
Tekla says she's not intimidated by Statler's alien bullshit and she wants her title shot next week. Blue says there's always room for something spooky. I don't know. Hart says Willow's the TBS champion now and they never had a rematch, so she wants her shot in a collision. This is the year of sin,
It
says
is.
Sky Blue. And Tekla says, do you like the taste of toxic? Because you're gonna drown in it,
So
Pat.
cheesy.
Oh my god. Tekla spoke more this time, so I thought this was less bad because she's again at least trying, even though not all of it is good to
And
me.
the other
That
two
last one was pretty bad.
weren't speaking in sync at least, but the lines and their
Okay,
delivery, it's so
so
bad.
the Sisters of Sin still suck, but I'm gonna say Heart sucked less because at least like she was kind of talking about regular things. Like she's like, "Oh hey, you have a belt. I didn't get a rematch for that belt. I want that belt." Like that was at least what she was talking about was normal. I thought Sky Blue was still saying the hokey crap that I hate. Like those one-liners are so terrible that makes me genuinely like not want to take notes on their segments.
In
It's so
their
bad.
defense, that's what's written for them, and it's awful, but their delivery is also
They're
awful.
also like they're not the kind of talent where I'm like, oh, but it's like they can still deliver. Like they're not good. I don't like the
And to me, it's just like they're these adorable young women who are trying so hard to act like dark and scary, and it just
yeah.
doesn't work, man.
It's that like, but maybe if they were better like promo people, they could work. I'm not saying it's like completely undoable. It's just like with them, I just don't think they have the skill set for
Julia
it.
Hart was at her best when she didn't speak, I think, and she just kind of would stand there, right? But the talking, they're struggling with it. The lines that are being written for them are bad, and they're
Yeah.
delivering them poorly.
And it sucks because wrestling is also not their strong suit. So then it's like, what do you do with them?
What would you say you do here?
What can you do here is the real question. Anyways, then we go to FTR taking on new signings from the Indies. It's Alec Price and Jordan Oliver.
I forgot about them for a minute, so initially I put FTR versus Jobbers. And boy, I'm not saying I don't like them, but could they look any more indie-rific than they do?
You look really indie. I will say that. And I was thinking that too.
They just look like young, skinny boys who wrestle a super indie style.
Not talented, but
No,
like,
I'm not saying I dislike them.
and I'll talk about that after. But yeah, they do look super indie. I was thinking that too, but like, then again, so did Javon, and Javon's kind of getting there. Then again, so did Fletcher back in the day. Like Fletcher used to have a really similar physique to them, so you just got to give it time. I feel.
And what's his face? Nick Wayne. They're like in that kind of vein, right?
Yeah, Nick Wayne. Nick
Yeah.
Wayne's a great comparison, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. But these guys have been on ROH a bit. Like they've been around. Price was the guy that MJF just defended the AEW title against on the indie show. I think that's when they announced the signing. I want to
And
say.
I thought they were impressive, to be fair.
Yeah. Stokely's on commentary saying they picked the wrong night to impress the world.
In a
Davis and
wheelchair.
Doyle are watching, yeah, because I think he's egging up or like playing up the injury from. Remember when he took that table bump at
Yeah.
World's End?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the table
Um,
didn't break and he just
yeah,
slid off of it
yeah.
into the table.
Yeah, and he plugs his injury fund here too. And I wanted to make a note. Why are all the Callous guys feuding with other heels?
It's
Davis and Doyle are also challenging. Like, are we gonna babyface FTR now? Like, what are we doing?
maybe we've got it wrong, and the Callis family are baby faces now. Don
Maybe
Callis.
Taz was right.
Yeah.
Maybe Taz was right.
Yeah.
That's okay. So we're
Swerve.
just idiots.
Yeah.
Swerve, bro.
Yep.
Stereo suicide dives from Oliver and Price. Price hits a big dive over the ropes with members of FTR. Cash nails Price with a short arm lariat. We get this combination where it's I think like Oliver hits Dax in the gut, then get a famous from Price and a drop kick from Oliver. Price nails a springboard drop kick, gets Cash off the apron. Another short arm lariat to Price, this time from Dax. FTR go for a powerplex. Price catches Cash with a Frankensteiner. Then Oliver counters Dax to a pin for 2, but eventually Price gets caught. Smash contraption, the win. Really short match. I thought it was solid, but I wish we got a couple more minutes.
It was quick.
Solid warm win for FTR. Price and Oliver seem cool. I was assuming to see a bit more from them, but I'm assuming they'll pop up more. I know they're funny enough. They're also facing Davis and Doyle on Collision. I won't check it out, but I kind of want to because I'm kind of curious.
It kind of sucks to come in and debut and lose, but I guess at least it's to the champions. So
guys, so it's okay. Yeah, and it's champions. Yeah, and then I saw clips of them on ROH because I showed you that highlight reel of them against Yuta and Garcia, and they look pretty killer. Like, I think Price is especially interesting because he's got this weird athleticism about him.
And they're an actual tag team too, which I like.
I could see them not being big deal right now, but like they're young. If AEW retains them for a while, I could see them getting up there.
I just hope they're not like hidden on Ring of Honor or something where I'm never going to see them because I did enjoy what I saw.
On there, I think they're facing Swirl this week on ROH. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they'll be there for a bit while like they're still new and there's still a lot of people around, but like I could see them going up the ladder.
Yeah, they were cool. They're just young and small, right? They'll fill in just like Swerve has and just like other people.
I know their nickname. I think it's Busta in the Brain. Like Price is kind of like the manic one, and then Oliver's kind of like the strategist.
Oh, are they on JCW?
They might. Maybe.
I watch JCW all the time. Okay, I'll figure. Is that them? I think it might be.
There's no way they're just here and you didn't know them. That'd be kind of weird.
Price and what's the other guy's name?
Oliver.
All right.
That'd be kind of weird. Anyways,
I forgot it's them.
Yeah. We get a promo from Statlander and the Babes of Wrath. Statlander says Tekla doesn't realize who she is, and she's a lot more killer than cosmic deep down. Oh, jeez. If anyone wants an eliminator on Collision, she'll show what she's made of. Willow says her title's about proving herself. She proved it to Monet, so she'll take Hart's match and prove her wrong. Harley says if Blue interferes, she will punch her in the face. This was fine.
It
seemed like she was trying here, so good.
Oh yeah,
for
they
her,
are. They're Busta and the Brain in JCW. I just haven't really. Yeah. And actually, I like the tag division there. Yeah, this promo, like, I get that they're putting Stat with Harley and Willow, hoping that some of their charisma rubs off on Stat or whatever, but it also just becomes glaringly obvious that Stat is really boring when she's between these two.
Which I hate to say that too. It always pains me to say it.
Yeah. But she is not very interesting, unfortunately. She is very bland, and it is magnified when the other two are so interesting. It's too bad.
Yeah, like it's weird because like I feel like Harley and Statlander have the opposite problem. If you could combine them somehow, they'd be the perfect wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, yeah, Statlander's just lacking in that department. So like, I'm a little bothered and surprised that Tekla's title matches on Dynamite. It makes her feel like less of a big deal and less of a threat. And I feel like it could have been a pay-per-view build, but then again, with the segments we've been getting, do I want a pay-per-view build? Maybe not.
I know. So, kinda, because it's funny for the wrong reasons.
I don't know.
Tekla and Stat having promo battles for weeks? Oh, yes, please.
Only if the Sisters of Sin are there is it funny.
True.
Like, we need to have like a promo battle where it's just Statlander and then the Sisters of Sin rattling off one-liners.
Absolutely.
Like Cosmic Killer this, Bound by Sin that, some like I just need like the world's worst promo battle.
Hey,
Like
I went back to find their promo because I missed it, and I don't want to miss any of their stuff.
I can't say I would do
And
that
didn't they say in the promo this week that there's like more room in the triangle or something?
for gold.
Is
Yeah.
that what it? I thought she was implying another person, and I'm like, that's not how triangles work. Then you become a
Rhombus of
square
madness.
or a rectangle or whatever.
No, it's so then no, because you know how like within the triangle madness you have the stitches of sin
Yeah,
because you can't have a two-sided shape, obviously. So within then the triangle becomes part of the parallelogram of insanity.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and then you would keep going on from there,
Hmm.
like the pentagon of paranoia. I don't know, something like
That
that,
works.
right? Like what you just keep going, and like eventually you could go to like dodecagon or something.
Yeah,
And we get like 12 people. I don't know. It's already a dumb group. Might as well make it dumber. Anyways, next it's Kenny Omega and Joshua Alexander. Alexander attacks Omega during his entrance. We get a moonsault off the barricade from Omega, front slam on the apron from Alexander. He hits that spinning torch rack bomb, which always looks really cool. 2 count with Omega getting a rope break. Avalanche, I think that's what Kennedy called this the Green Bay plunge, right? Like
it
that rolling
looked
side bomb.
good, man.
It did look really good. I thought
Especially
it was
because
really
it's
cool.
right to the diverticulitis, right? So it really
I
makes
added that
sense.
to our bingo. We did not have that
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
that's
I
good.
can't believe that. No, because like I thought of it when they said it, because like I was like, say diverticulitis, and Excalibur said it a second later, and I giggled. And then I was like, I wonder if that's on the list. And then I look and it's like, I'm like, it's not there. I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah, so that's a cool looking move, and especially when the guy's got a damaged midsection, right? It looked
Yeah,
great.
great move. And super easy to do too.
Yeah.
As long as you can lift the guy up, right?
Yep.
Alexander's supposed to summon the floor. Omega ends up hitting a Snapdragon on the concrete. Topic on heel from Omega. Missile dropkick to the back and a patella drop brainbuster for 2. They do that suplex spot where they both go over the ropes. Always kind of risky.
It always gets me.
Yeah. Crossbody block through the ropes from Alexander as per usual. We get a V trigger from Omega. Powerbomb, knee strike for 2 count. One winged angel, and it's over. Quick promo after. He basically just is like he feels good. He hasn't felt this good in years, and he's on the road to the title.
I guess so. Yeah, good
Yeah.
competitive match, right?
You need
Again,
the results again, right? Like,
outcome you expect, and Callis playing the role you would expect, but Kenny
mhm.
looked really good, which is nice to see. And if
I
you
thought
are,
Alexander looked good too.
me
Even
too.
though he took another loss, I think at least lately, like with this match and the Moxley match, like yeah, he's been losing, but he's been looking good. Kind of like Speedball. Like I'm not mad about it.
And if Kenny's on his game, that makes the MJF Kenny possibility more interesting
Yes.
too, right?
I hope I think that was the point of the promo, right? Just to be like,
Yeah.
hey, Kenny's back. He's gonna be like hopefully wrestling more regular, and I think that's great. Like, I'm really happy with that because Omega at his peak, or even at his like current peak, even, like a good Omega is still better than most wrestlers, right? Like,
Absolutely.
so I'm really glad to see Omega back on his game. You know, not like where it's gonna be like these sparing, like hopefully not these sparing runs where it's like he'll have like a match or like a mini feud and then it's like he's gone for a few weeks and it's like hopefully we'll see him like because we've been seeing him pretty much every week. So hopefully
Yeah, he
we'll
looks good.
try to keep that on the regular.
Hmm.
I'd love to get that Fletcher feud to happen sooner or later since I know they wanted to do that. Um,
That would
I
be
would
fun as
love
well.
I would love for them to get on that or the Andrade feud. I don't care about that as much, but match is a match.
Hey,
Omega Omega versus Andrade would be good. I just don't care.
it definitely
It's
would.
Andrade, and no offense, I don't care.
How dare you? He is
Um,
amazing.
Anyways, then we get the Return of the Technique by Taz segment,
We did
which
get that.
I did like these, so I was kind of happy to see this back.
No, they're not
Um,
bad.
he's talking about MJF submissions from the match last week. He's analyzing the results of the Fujiwara armbar. He's going over the wrist control and the Japanese name of it. He talks about applying pressure with the body weight. Then he's talking about the crossface that ended the match and literally wrote S script Jones on the screen, which I thought was hilarious.
I don't think I noticed that.
I
That's funny.
I thought it was so funny. These segments always felt kind of different. They're kind of cool for like a ex wrestler commentator for
Yeah.
Taz to do. But I always kind of like these, so I like them doing them here and there, like just for fun. And I think it'd also be cool to like it's cool to put over because I remember I think they started doing it when he was doing Team Taz and they did it for the drill claw. I
Yeah.
want to say. And so like I think it'd be also effective to put over a new person's finisher, right? Like I like that. Um, I like that they brought this back. Or like if Taz is insisting on being the heel commentator, you can use it to like glorify the heel's finishing moves, like kind of like what they did here, right? but it also like it feels credible because he's like he isn't just like glorifying him. He's like actually going to the technique and like this is why it's good and like so I kind of like it. Like these segments feel like they serve a bit of a different purpose and it's like what like maybe a minute long. Like
And I generally like realism in my wrestling, so
yeah,
this adds
that's
a
what it
little bit of
feels
that.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool and I like what they add. Yeah. Then we get women's tag. It's Timeless Love Bombs against Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, who's back from injury. Um, Bayne takes out Mina with a lariat and then hits a fallaway slam to Storm, which I thought looked pretty solid. Bayne throws Mina out of the ring on a Storm, then she ended up throwing Ford on both of them, I think. We get corner barrage from the heels, followed by a body slam from Bayne, then Ford like moonsaults off of Bayne's back. That gets a 2 count. Storm with the hot tag flurry, hip attack to Ford in the corner. Storm and Mina with stereo hip attacks to knock the heels off the apron. Then Mina with a cross by the floor. Diving sling blade to Ford in the ring for 2, but Bayne breaks the pin. We get Bayne like doing that move where she like tosses Ford into a cutter on Mina.
Mm-hmm.
Storm breaks that pin at 2. Mina goes to the figure 4, gets taken out by Bayne with a jumping lariat. Doomsday device from the heels for the win. Because Shafir also attacks Storm as the finish.
Put her in the mother's milk. Like she was almost late getting over the barricade and whatnot. Yeah. I don't know, man. The crowd was dead for this. It didn't do a lot for me this match.
It felt kind of like the tournament matches. Not terrible, but just kind of like there.
And glad to see Ford back, but I don't think this match had any heat at all. The crowd didn't really seem interested. And for me, I don't know if you heard much about it, but I watched NXT earlier the same day, and the women's tag match.
I did hear good things about it.
It was awesome. So,
yeah, even though it's first shot at TNA belts,
that was still fresh in my mind. So this paled in comparison to that one. It was, I guess, fine, but I wasn't into this one for whatever.
I don't think there's anything bad about it. It just kind of lacks something for me. I think you're definitely right. Like lacked heat, right? Like
yes,
Ford looked fine for like one of her first matches back. I think they said she returned a collision. I don't know if she wrestled.
I didn't know. Yeah.
A fine outing for her, but like even like on her better days, she's not an in-ring general.
No.
So I never care much for her.
Agree.
The Doomsday device I thought looked pretty sweet because like they do it a little different because Bayne I feel like is actually putting emphasis on like the electric chair drop because usually it's like Doomsday device they just like would flip off of Bayne's shoulders, but like I felt like he was actually dropping them too. So I liked it. Like I thought the finish looked cool at least. If nothing else, I thought the finish was good and cool to see that Shafir still affiliated with Bayne. I guess we'll see how things shake out in terms of like now it's not the mega problems, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna still continue that team or if we're gonna do Bayne and Ford again. I don't.
It feels like Shafir's just gonna face Storm for whatever's going on there. I don't know.
I don't care.
I wish I cared more, to be honest.
Yeah. High package for Roddy and Claudio. Roddy and Claudio on Collision. Roddy won a shot at the CMLL title.
Yeah.
Then Excalibur wears out his poor voice and lungs promoting Collision next week's Dynamite. It was one of those ones where he was to talk about.
So hard to catch up. Yeah.
He was. God bless Excalibur, but he was working overtime right there.
They're asking a lot of him there. Yeah.
Yes.
He does a good job, but this one he sort of stumbled a bit.
He does it.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's main event time. It's Swerve Strickland and Kevin Knight.
It is.
This is the one where I had audio video.
I did again too because I watched that when I got home from work today.
I just toughed it out.
Me too.
Swerve went for a power driver on the steps. Knight backdrops him off. Then he hits a drop kick from the apron. Swerve with like a cool backbreaker where he had Knight on his shoulders, so he kind of did a backbreaker that way. I thought that was unique and a little different. Jumping lariat from Knight. He misses standing UFO. Swerve comes in the roll through flatliner. House call misses. Knight immediately pounces like a standing UFO to the back. I thought that was really cool for a 2 count. Battle on the apron. Knight goes for jumping DT. Gets caught. DVD on the apron from Swerve. Power drive on the barricade from Swerve. This is where it started to go weird for me.
Yes, it did. Same.
Delay. Yeah. Dragon Sleeper locked in by Swerve. Avalanche Hurricane Rana from Knight. Followed by Coast to Coast and the UFO splash for a great near fall. But Swerve got his foot on the ropes. Thought that was really well done. Knight with the house call. We got strike exchange. Then Knight's run the ropes. Goes for a jumping lariat. Gets caught with the house call. Big pressure. Oh, sorry. Vertebreaker and a big pressure.
Yeah, Vertebreaker surprised me.
For the win. I thought like not much stakes here. And like other than Swerve wanting to face this future guy, it's not much of a reason for happening. But I thought a really strong match. From the in-ring side of things, I thought this was a really quality match. And I really got into it by the end.
Me too.
Especially with Knight's like string of big moves, like with the UFO splash. I thought it was a solid like a decently believable near fall. I figured Swerve would win, but like that was
There
a
was
really
one
good,
really good near fall. Yes,
that was a
I
really good
agree.
near fall.
Um, I feel like this one built nicely because it started out like they were feeling each other out, and then it was like Swerve was kind of one step ahead of Knight's high flying
Yeah.
stuff. But then remember, I think he was ahead of 2 or 3, and then Knight got him kind of jumping over the corner as Swerve walked around to the floor.
Yes. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
then things started picking up, and we got
I do think it had a decent like pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
build
got
up to it.
sequences of big moves from Knight and then Swerve. So I thought it was really good by the end of it. But again, like, you know who's winning, and you're right, there weren't any stakes attached, but entertaining match just for the match's sake, I
Yeah.
think.
I agree. I thought it was a strong choice for main event just in terms of giving you a good match at the end.
Yeah, and good for Kevin Knight, who continues to just get exposure on this show and face important people. So good for him.
Yeah.
Overall show, I don't know, it just felt like a really solid B to me. Good matches throughout. The women's match I wasn't a huge fan of. And even like the speedball match, there was a little too much ops involvement. No major
a weird dynamic in the street fight, kind of, in terms of face.
And no major promo segments that were mandatory.
I feel like this was probably a pretty average Dynamite.
I
Not
thought
bad,
so too.
but like, I would go with the B probably.
Nothing outstanding. All right, so we'll shift gears. We'll do what we always do in between talking wrestling shows, and that is a little bit of wrestling trivia. We call it Off the Top of His Head. All right, so we're continuing. We've done 2016, 2017. Now we're looking at the best matches from 2018, somewhere near the beginning of your wrestling fandom. And it's only 10 matches, so it won't take long, but that's okay because you're looking to get done and get to the gym anyways. But it's by our friend of the pod, TJR Wrestling, a guy that I've contacted before just to let him know that we use his reviews a lot just to fill in our notes.
Wow, sometimes he's not there, so I've been I'm self-reliant now.
So he put this in, I don't know how long ago he published it, but it's 2018, his top 10 matches. Starting at number 10, I will give you the event, and then we'll see if you need hints from there. Fastlane.
The 6-pack challenge?
It is the 6-pack challenge, and what is it for?
WWE title.
And who is in it?
Zayn, Owens, Ziggler, Corbin, Cena, Styles.
Wow, you are a nerd. Correct. Very good. Number 9. Okay, so who won it?
Styles.
Correct. Number 9. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
Which Brooklyn is it? Is it Cole Ricochet?
It is not.
This would be Brooklyn 4, I think.
It is for the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Oh, yeah, Undisputed Era Mustache Mountain. That match is awesome.
Correct. It was that.
That match is so good.
Who won?
That was one of the ones I think I rewatched when they put the stuff on Netflix because that match is good. Undisputed Era, obviously. That was Prime Undisputed Era because that was the team that's when it's O'Reilly and Roddy. And now, no offense to Bobby Fish, that's so much better.
Number 8. I don't know if you'll get this because SmackDown Women's Championship TLC match.
Asuka Flair Lynch.
Wow, okay. You do get it.
Asuka won that.
She did. And so far, TJR gave all of these 4.5 stars. Number 7. Hell in a Cell, 2018.
Is it a tag match?
It is a tag match.
Okay, is it Rollins and Ambrose and Ziggler McIntyre?
It is, in fact,
that is a good match. For a main roster in 2018, that's a good match. That's the one I told you about. I remember mentioning it one week. Remember, it's like Rollins is doing the superplex Falcon Arrow spot to Ziggler, and so he does the superplex and he lifts him up for the Falcon Arrow. Right as he's doing that, he gets Claymored, and then Ziggler lands on him. It's such a good finish. I love that finish.
And that's
great. I remember that one stands out. I remember that
Rollins hit a superplex on Ziggler, and he wanted the Falcon Arrow, but McIntyre hit the Claymore kick on Rollins to put him down. McIntyre covered Ziggler with one arm on top of Rollins.
Yeah. That was such a cool finish.
He gave that 4.5 stars as well. All right, number 6. NXT TakeOver War Games.
Is it War Games?
No.
It's not War Games.
No.
Is it Gargano in Black?
It is Gargano in Black, yes.
Yeah. That was a good match. That was when, remember Gargano was doing that weird kind of heel thing for a bit? It was weird. 4
3/4 from TJR on that one. Number 5. NXT TakeOver Chicago.
This is Chicago 2, right? Yeah. What was on this one? Is it Undisputed Era and Bertrand Lorcan?
It is not.
It's not. That's a good match.
It is a singles match.
What? Single. I'm
In
trying to
fact,
think
it is a Chicago street fight, appropriately enough.
Gargano Ciampa. Right.
Correct.
I forgot that was one of their matches.
Correct. What did TJR gave that one 5 stars?
Is that the one that Ciampa won?
It is Ciampa. 36 minutes. 5 stars from TJR. Number 4. NXT TakeOver New Orleans.
Is it the ladder match?
It is the ladder match. For what title?
I love the inaugural North American title.
And who's in it? Redacted people.
Bull, Velveteen Dream, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet.
What a bunch of weirdos between Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, and EC3. You got some strange people in there.
And I think none of them are in the company now. I think Ricochet was the last one. That's crazy.
So that was 4 3/4 from.
That is such a. I'll always remember that match. I remember being so excited that Adam Cole actually won that too. That was awesome. That's such a great match.
Number 3, Evolution.
Is it Lynch and Flair?
It is Lynch and Flair, last woman standing. Yeah. Indeed, which was a good match for sure. 4.5 stars.
I remember. Yeah.
Number 2. Guess what it is? Why would
Gargano
I be?
And Andrade.
It is Andrade. CN Almas versus Johnny Gargano. Yeah. One of my favorite matches ever.
I was better than that, but I feel like I would know the answer.
NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. You knew that just by my face, and that was 5 stars from him as well. 31 minutes. Amazing, amazing match. If you don't think
that's great
Andrade is good, go watch that match. He is amazing. Match, yeah. Number 1 match of 2018. Any guesses?
Is it Gargano Ciampa New Orleans?
Why do you know these things? It is.
I mean, what else would it be? The only other answer is Gargano Ciampa Brooklyn.
So respect for TJR filling this with NXT matches, because that is how it should be. Right. Correct.
Okay, I will say, like, maybe just he doesn't watch it. I'm surprised because I'm pretty sure this was the year Omega beat Okada for the belt. So I'm surprised there's no.
So I always
think it's like Omega Okada Dominion.
I always look at Meltzer first, but it's all just New Japan, New Japan, New Japan, and that would be hard for you because you don't really. I mean, you'd still probably get a bunch, but
like I know that Dominion one is 2018, but that's like,
so yeah. This was 5 stars, 37-minute match. Gargano makes him tap, I think, right? Ciampa taps out. So
yeah, with the knee brace, I think.
Oh, right. Good job. So that was the top 10 matches.
Because then I get to talk about Cole and Gargano.
I'll try and find 2019 for next week.
The best match in NXT history.
All right, we'll switch back, talking more wrestling really quickly. We'll talk about Raw. We'll talk about NXT. We call it Highspots and Restholds. Real quick look at Raw this week. Few things, I guess, are notable. Gunther has now convinced AJ Styles to put his career on the line to earn a match with Gunther, because he was like, you name it, I'll do it. And then you could see he's like, put your career on the line. And you could see AJ's hesitant, but I think he ended up agreeing, or he will end up agreeing. I'm sure they wouldn't have brought it up. I feel like they're telegraphing the results because AJ's not retiring here.
Think so.
So that's kind of irritating to me.
Stick out till Mania at least.
Plus, it means Gunther has to lose, which I don't think is.
Yeah, especially when it's like a weak build like this. I don't love it.
And he's been the guy that retired Cena and blah, blah, blah. And then it's AJ Styles, who to me hasn't really been doing a ton. So I don't know. But anyways, I guess that's what
a tag team champion.
Did you see Natalya turn on Maxine, the worst kept secret?
I saw it. I didn't care.
I thought it was hilarious because Maxine whiffs on a kick. And then Becky Lynch has to like stay down because this is the spot where this is happening, right? And then Natalya, who Natalya is literally unrecognizable from her original face. So Natalya puts Becky Lynch's foot on the ropes, and obviously Maxine is wondering what the hell's going on. And I think after the match, Natalya ends up taking out Maxine as well. So you knew it was coming. I don't know why anyone cares. I certainly don't, but
it's gonna be such a great feud.
That's what we're getting, yeah. What else was there? Penta and Rey Mysterio beat the Vision. Rey cheated, got brass knuckles that were, I guess, meant for Logan Paul, probably. Used them because Pierce got involved and was yelling at the heels and whatnot. So that happened. Judgment Day, sneak attack, Rhea and Io. I think it's setting up tension for the Royal Rumble that they're still not really promoting very much, which I find interesting.
Hey, people are finally declaring.
They are. So we've got that. But compared to other years, it's been very minor stuff. And then the other thing, really good match. CM Punk retained, defeating Finn Balor. And then you see a lot of talk of like,
Balor's old team.
Balor's so good. Why are they not using him? Like, this is great question. He is awesome. Don't know what they're doing with him, right?
Told you he was gonna lose though, because Becky won.
That's right.
Balor got his old team, which is nice. I just need him to stop wearing like sweatpants when he's wrestling. It looks stupid.
Yeah. So that's all I had for Raw. NXT, couple things that were cool. One, the opener, I got to see Elio LaFleur take on Ethan Page, and Page had to cheat to win. He held on the tights after a power bomb, so he wins in 10 minutes. Pretty entertaining. LaFleur is like super athletic and smooth, and I think it was a great choice because both in-ring wise, because Page is a veteran who can wrestle, and he's just such a giant heel that if you want to debut as a babyface, right, he's a really smart guy to work against. I love the idea that every match with this LaFleur is going to be fresh because I don't have any clue who he is or where he came from. I've never heard of him before.
No, I just seen the news reports when he was getting signed.
So apparently he's one of those, like, he was a teenager when he started. So even though he's young, he's got lots of experience and he looks pretty cool. I'm interested to see more of him for sure. I think you'll enjoy him as well. Then we get a package. So part of the goal of this show was to build Keanu Carver as this unpredictable, dangerous, like uncooperative guy. So it's showing him disrespecting Booker T from LFG, I guess it was. And then he's in somebody's office and he's coming out angry because he doesn't want to do a sit down interview. And they presented this, some other LFG guy or NXT guy is getting an interview and that the office is in the background and Carver storms out and he's mad. So I'm open to it, right? They're trying to present him as this uncontrollable badass. Yes. And that could work, and he's not doing a bad job. And then in a segment later on in the show, I'll just talk about it all here. He does do the sit down. And because you're not a sports guy, you won't know this, but years and years ago, at the Super Bowl, the athletes have to do interviews or they get fined if they're not available to the press. So Marshawn Lynch, it's a super famous interview. He was a running back for Seattle at the time. Could be wrong. But anyways, he's sitting there in the interviews and they must have asked him 20 different questions. And he just goes, I'm just here so I don't get fined. And then they'll ask him another question. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Because it doesn't matter what he says. He just has to show up and be available for the press, right? So anyways.
I would do that. That's fair.
So honestly, in this sit down, Carver is super hostile and aggressive towards the interviewer. The interviewer is getting clearly uncomfortable. And I don't think he's doing a bad job. I just need to see what the whole gimmick is, right? Before I pass judgment. But I don't hate it. So we'll see where it goes. Do we then get a qualifier for the ladder match? It is Briggs taking on Shiloh Hill. Again, a qualifier for the ladder match for the vacant NXT title that Obafemi just left behind when he went to main roster. So it's Briggs and Shiloh Hill. Who do you think's winning this?
Oh, yeah, Briggs for sure.
Nope. Ricky Saints is on commentary, which I thought was strange, but it's there's reasons for it. So Booker, Booker starts talking about that Briggs might get fired if he loses tonight. And clearly this is not part of any story because Vic Joseph is like squirming away from engaging with this. And even like a minute later, Booker's like, I know you don't want to talk about it. And then Booker's all over Briggs in this match. And at some point, Vic's just like the coffee kicked in for Booker, like trying to explain like Booker's on one and I don't really know what he's talking about. So he hates Briggs. And he thinks that Briggs might get fired if he doesn't win this match. And clearly it's not part of anything. Because Vic was like...
Okay, yeah. Totally.
I think this went a bit long and maybe Hill got exposed. It was slow and clunky. There were stretches where not much was happening. The crowd was still trying to stay engaged, to be fair. I don't think it was a good match, but this is developmental, so it's not that huge a deal to me. NXT is where this should happen, right? It shouldn't be Maxine putting on terrible matches on main roster and people going, but she's getting a bit better. That's not for main roster. That's for NXT.
It's that to be happening. The fact that Dupree managed to escape NXT is baffling to me sometimes.
She was there though.
Sophia Cromwell.
Right. So Hill did show flashes here. He feels like a guy that knows how to deliver offense, and then everything else he's still trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Like
Right, but that's why he's there.
Right.
That's why he's on Raw.
And Briggs did a huge choke slam and then immediately does like a falling elbow, sort of like Dragunov. A little bit of gimmick infringement there.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're talking about. Okay.
But it looked good. Briggs misses a moonsault. Hill hits his finishing neckbreaker thing for the win. So first half of this was really bland. Second half was fine. I don't love Briggs losing in 10 minutes so clean to this kid, but I do get they want to try something with Shiloh Hill. They know what they have with Josh Briggs, right? We know he's a veteran. We know what we've got there. And another recurring thing here, Tony D comes out, takes out Briggs, takes out Shiloh Hill, stares down Ricky Saints, and I think that's the whole reason Ricky Saints is out on commentary here. And then Tony... So this is weird too. Like, they're kind of doing the same thing with Tony D and Carver at the same time.
Yeah, I did see that Tony D got arrested.
They're both like unpredictable badasses, right? But anyways, Zarya is a little bit snippy with Ruka in the backstage locker room, obviously, because that's the only place women can interact in NXT. Zarya is going on about she's not 100% after her TNA match against, was it Lei Ying Yiling?
Yes, Lei Ying Li. Yeah,
Sorry, yeah. So she's selling injuries from that. She doesn't want to be blamed if they lose their tag match tonight. Chase U. Stax and Grace shake hands with Lexis King is shown in paper, in sort of a picture-in-picture. So this was Chase U story versus Swipe Right, the kids from...
I did see some cool spots from this match.
Honestly, really fun. Only got 6 minutes. So this feels like 4 young guys that have experience wrestling. And in NXT, we get a lot of athletes learning to wrestle. This didn't feel like that. So it was way more fun.
Yeah, because they're all indie guys, right?
Cale Dixon looked pretty great at points in this.
His ring gear is not good, though. He's still rocking the Zack Ryder half pants.
But he's flying all over the place. So they filled 6 minutes with a lot of action. And Swipe Right won with a stomp reverse DDT combination that I thought looks pretty effective. Like, it's simple but effective looking. So
I did see it. I thought it looked pretty solid. Yeah.
I thought it was a fun 6-minute tag match, and I'll talk about it later. I think they should have taken some time from another match and given it to this one. But anyways, we learn in a segment with Ava and Vice and Thea Hale backstage that there's going to be a North American triple threat match with Hale, Vice, and Izzy Dame at some point. Cool. Then we get the further baby facing of Jada Parker. So she's in the ring. Super lengthy promo. Really intense for her. Parts of it connected with the crowd. It's all about like she's tired of people telling her what to do and blah, blah, blah. She's going to do her own thing. And my issue, she was good. Parts of it weren't great. Some of it was. And the crowd loves her. But it was a lot of her saying, this is how I am now, where I want to be like, why? Like, I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Like, also kind of show you as well.
Right. Why are you like, I get it's cool that you're like this now and you're whatever, but I don't quite know why. Lights go out. Monroe interrupts. She thinks Jada talks too much. And then Jada's like, you're going to have to deal with Miss Parker. So I think that is actually a really good feud for new Superface Jada, because Monroe can wrestle. She's a good
heel as well.
Good heel, so it's a good dynamic there. I think it's a really good spot for Jada, who I think is awesome, to sort of start this heel run, or sorry, this babyface run that she's on. A match that disappointed me: Eli Knight, Shawn Legacy. Again, a qualifier for the ladder match, I think. And it had flurries of cool action, but I was expecting something better than this. These guys are crazy athletes, and they were given quite a bit of time. But even the crowd lost their energy in this. This is the match where I'm like, I would have taken 3 minutes from this and probably put it on the tag match from earlier on. A few minutes of this were actually quite awesome near the end, but there was a lot of really slow stuff near the beginning, and Legacy won with what I think is his finisher. And then, surprise, surprise, Tony D comes out, takes out Legacy, takes out Knight.
Yeah, his finisher was like, it's the torture rack and like the Stormbreaker kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So Legacy gets chokeslammed on the announce table right in front of Ricky Saints. So then Tony and Saints stare down. And yeah, like you said, Ava and security come out and take Tony out in cuffs as the crowd is booing. And then he's shown a few minutes later being taken out of the building, still in handcuffs. And the same guy tries to interview Tony, but Tony is saying nothing. I do like that Tony has had absolutely nothing to say. But again, this is like
Interesting.
he and Carver are starting their anti-authority whatever arc at exactly the same time, which I think is a strange choice, right?
Mhm.
You're basically sending two guys on the same arc, or at least that's what it looks like, at the exact same time. And I don't
Right.
know how that's going to work. My next note says, the Culling definitely want the tag titles. And then it's because it's basically like, yeah, we're going to let all these other teams fight for the tag titles, but we actually do want them. We'll just take whoever's standing when they're done.
We want them. We just don't really want them right now. But
Right.
we do want.
We do want them. We'll just let those guys.
Not right now.
Right. We're next in line.
But we do want.
That's exactly what it was. Okay, I almost sent this to you because I laughed out loud. So Jackson Drake gets a qualifying match against Joe Hendry. And so they're all backstage.
What is this?
And the swipe right guy, I think it's Smokes. So he's got it. He's got a woman there with him. He's got his arm around a woman. And then it cuts away. And when they say Joe Hendry, they cut back. And the woman's been replaced by Joe Hendry.
That's why you were there. Okay, I didn't notice that.
So he's got his arm around Joe Hendry. And then he starts freaking out because he's like, I kissed her. Did I kiss Joe Hendry? And the other guy's, he's like, I kissed Joe Hendry. And the other guy in Swipe Right is just going, we don't know that. We don't know that. And something about it just really tickled me.
I mean, I think the Hendry stuff's kind of run its course, but
that
those
was
guys
funny.
Celebrate, and that's the difference, though, right?
It
Like
was,
that's kind of makes a difference.
And maybe
like Ethan Page could probably sell something like that. You know what I mean?
It was pretty funny. And maybe it's mild homophobia, and that's terrible. But in the moment, it just made me laugh. Like this guy's wondering, like, if I kissed her and she's Joe Hendry, did I kiss Joe Hendry? And the other guy's like, we don't know that for sure. We don't know. So it made me laugh. The main event was awesome, and it's probably going on my list for TV matches. I can't believe I'm saying this. Kendall Gray, who's awesome.
Given the talent, it is surprising.
Kendall Gray is awesome. I'm telling you now, she is a megastar waiting to happen. So it's Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair, the Ren QCC, taking on Zaruka, taking on Fatal Influence, and this is for a shot at the ever prestigious Knockout Tag titles, right? And at one point, commentary tells us that Zarya hesitates to make the tag, and I rewound and I went, did she though? Like, I don't. They're trying to force that story, and maybe she did, but I don't. It was debatable. Booker again is making no sense, and Vic is kind of calling him out on it. He was trying to pin him down on on who he thought would win the match, and Booker was just, I don't even know what he was talking about, and Vic was just kind of making fun of him. But anyways, this was an AEW style tag match. And what I mean by that is because it's triple threat, right? There's no DQ. So it's everything that the WWE people complain about in the refs lost control and their stuff, but I guess technically it's allowed here, but it's that style of match. So if you think this match is awesome, which I actually think it was pretty great, to me it was AEW style. Lots of tandem offense, other stuff happening all over place. Ren got some time to shine in this, which I feel like sometimes she doesn't. Kendall Gray is awesome. Like, even her selling is really good. She is super advanced, man. She's really good.
Yet, right?
I also think Lainey Reed might be good. She looked good in this, man. So I thought this match was pretty awesome. The crowd was super into it by the end. It was 13 minutes, and they got a lot of stuff done, and I could not care less who wins the TNA Knockouts tag titles. But this match was great. The finish was a double soul snatcher to somebody, and then F5 to Henley.
The Soul Snatcher is just like, it's just what it is, though.
It is. F5 to Henley, and Zaruka win the title shot in 13 minutes. Really, really fun match. I actually would recommend people go out and see it. I might have liked it better than anything that was on Dynamite this week, which is crazy. But I thought it was a super, maybe because it caught me by surprise, because my expectations, I was like, it'll probably be a solid match, but I thought it was really, really good. So anyways, that wraps up NXT. Anything else you want to discuss? SmackDown hasn't happened, so we can't talk about that.
It's also SmackDown.
I watched JCW. I'm still watching JCW.
The one thing from SmackDown, I guess, last week was considered in the UK. It was like, I think it was after Trick beat Cardona, and he's like celebrating on the ramp, and then Kit Wilson makes his entrance.
I watched
gets a good pop, and he's making his way down the ring, and he walks by Trick, and then he sees Cardona, he walks by him, then he's like, hold on, then he attacks Cardona, throws him to the stairs,
struts away,
and calls him toxic, and then his music hits again, and he just finishes his entrance. And you can hear the crowd laughing.
No, I enjoyed that.
It's so funny. It's so good. I don't know, like, they need to capitalize on him somehow, because it's so popular. I saw his songs like way up on the charts in the UK, apparently.
That's crazy.
Like, It's I was telling you, I was watching post wrestling edit like an edit, like how they're talking like they were like worst gimmick in 2025. It's so lame, it's so lame. But then like you get this entrance where like the Tron's cool and the theme is cool, and now it's all of a sudden like this everything he does is great.
Well, and he
I love
carries
it.
himself exactly the way he
He
should
sells the gimmick.
for
He
what he's
sells the
doing.
gimmick
Yeah.
perfectly. I think it's so great. And I was saying to you, like his ceiling is definitely mid card, but like give him a mid card belt. Like I think he should be the one to take Melo's US title. And I don't think it's crazy to say.
And mid card heels have been my thing since the 80s. So I don't, when
That's
I
why
say
he's so
mid card heel,
enjoyable.
that's not an insult to
Yeah,
anybody.
no, I like it. And like I was telling you, it's crazy. Like he's probably the only person on main roster TV that I'm invested in right
That's
now.
crazy.
Like
2026, the year of
he's
Kit Wilson.
I I don't disagree. It's so great. I love what they're doing with him. I think it's fantastic.
You should already be
And
putting him on your best of just
I
in
did.
the, yeah, random
I think
cards.
I have the short list. I'll tell you. I think I have it. It was do I did make it right. Yeah.
Already, eh?
So I put Pac and Darby Allin there because that was a great match.
Yes, it was.
And then the Triangle of Madness promo from last week, I think. Or the week
Yes,
before, something like that. I did worst TV special, maybe the Stranger Things crossover.
it was
And
terrible.
then I got Kit Wilson best character, Kit Wilson best theme song, Kit Wilson best entrance.
I'm
All
adding
great.
right now TNA first episode on AMC
Nice, okay.
for
Yeah, I'll love
something.
that. But like it's so I've seen a lot of people saying this and it's true too. It's like it's so amazing when like a good presentation, like what a good theme song can do for someone. Like that's really the bulk of what's getting him over. Because I don't think I think his character work is probably just as good before, but now it's like just the whole presentation's really come together, right? Like
Yeah. Oh, it's
it
good.
almost makes me feel bad for Elton Prince because like when he comes back, I don't know, dude. I don't you can't stop this train.
Yeah, it's although it seems like he's going to be out for quite a while, right? So
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Kit Wilson, like, they need to kinda go Kyle Fletcher with this. Like, you need to seize the opportunity you have with to make this guy stand out on his own, and that might leave Elton Prince in the dust, but, like, Kit Wilson's nailing it. I absolutely love it. I think the amount of times I've watched his entrance, like, since last week and then the entrance the week before too, it's just like, I love it so much. It's so entertaining to watch, and then I've been listening to his theme song nonstop. It's great. It's so catchy, like, it's actually terrible how catchy it is. Like I enjoy it like so much, and it's just such a perfect fit for the character too. It's crazy that it's from Def Rebel and not like one of those ones where they outsource it, right?
right.
Like it feels so personalized and specific to that character. It's so well done. Like and everyone loves it. Um, it seems to be like so over. I'm worried they'll ruin it, but I'm gonna enjoy it while it's good.
Or they'll wait too long to do
They
something
might
with
wait
them.
too long,
And then people
but
start to cool on it, right? But
they don't care about the US title anyway, so they should just
true.
do it soon. Like,
Yeah.
I give Mel a bit of a run. No, don't do it now, but, like okay, ideally, I'd like to see the US title, I think, was maybe on a few PLEs last year. I think it was only on PLEs in I think it was maybe Mania, SummerSlam, and then Saudi, I think
Yeah.
once. So I'd like to see Kit Wilson win the title at Mania. I think everyone would love it. I've seen like I think I sent it to you or showed it to you like that, or maybe you sent it to me, the AI picture of Kit Wilson with like a million belts.
Yeah. That was me.
Yeah, right. So like I think they need to capitalize on it. I love it because it's the only thing I look forward to seeing on SmackDown. Like I'm just waiting to see the clip of Kit Wilson. And like I'll see like a million people reacting to it, or like people are like dancing to it every week. Like it's so funny. I love him so much though. It's so great. It's so entertaining. And that's the good sports entertainment though.
Right.
Like he's doing it good and it's funny and it's enjoyable. And like even if he loses, it's still enjoyable. Like everyone gets to have fun with his entrance and like
And we'll just wait for WWE to ruin it.
I can't wait for them to ruin my fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm enjoying this so much right now. I can't wait for like to like look back at this and just be like, remember when I had fun with this?
Right.
Remember when I liked this?
Yeah.
Remember
That's
when
what
it
it's
was
going to
just
be.
like joyous,
Yeah.
I can't wait for them to ruin my fun. I love when they rain on my parade.
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna be so great. I've seen a lot of people also like I don't think we talk about because we don't care, but like complaining about WWE Unreal.
Oh, I've seen some,
I've seen so many complaints about it.
the one guy that does,
People are saying EO seems to come off likable though.
I'm sure she's lovely. I just
Yeah,
don't, it's not really reality. I saw the one where,
it's not.
LA Knight is being told he's going to just keep losing for a while.
No, I think like that's the clip where like they because he messed up the finish. I think people are misconstruing some of the clips.
Yeah, I'm sure they
And
are.
like I don't know. It's just yeah, it's already so fake and like especially when like they're doing like the backstage meetings. It's so like, or it's when they're talking backstage and Triple H talking backstage to people, you can't tell when they're not acting because they know the cameras are there. They're not like
Right.
blind.
Right.
Well, I thought the one that was hilarious that people are rightfully ridiculing was like Road Dogg pitches Chelsea Green win the U.S. title again, and then Triple H is like, okay, well, who does she face after that? And he's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's why SmackDown sucks because Road Dogg's just like, I don't know.
Well, I saw one where I think they were pitching that McAfee beats Gunther, and some guy there is the voice.
Pritchard was saying that. Yeah.
Some guys
but
there,
like,
the voice of reason, like why? Like why?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Because Pritchard saying it's predictable. I did see that was ridiculous, but then I watched Wrestle Juice talking about it, and he was like saying, if you watch the full context of the clip, it's like them weighing in all the options, not necessarily pitching it. So I hope that's what it is.
Right, and if it's just
pitching, that would be insane.
If it's just brainstorming, then you throw out everything.
Which I think is what it was,
right.
Which I hope is what it is, because otherwise Bruce Pritchard's an idiot.
And then it's just like, okay, that's a bad idea. Right. We move on, right?
That's what I mean. Like I think some of the clips are out of context, but generally, like I have such a non-interest in that. It's so.
Me too.
I thought it was worth like noting. They also mentioned like how Roman Reigns is like not in it at all.
Yeah,
because he's pretty kayfabe nowadays.
I will watch other people make fun of it, but I won't watch it.
I like watching other people make fun of it.
Yeah,
but I don't. It's not. No, I'll stick to my Kit Wilson. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to wrap up 288. We end with Kit Wilson.
Kit Wilson.
Go support Kit Wilson and nothing else in WWE. But I think we'll end it there. Thanks for joining us for 288. We'll be back next weekend for 289. Mom's talking about going to visit you or something out there, so we'll see what ends up with this. But anyways, we hope everybody has a great week. See you back here next Saturday, same time, same place. And until then, everybody, take care.